You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. I've had to remind myself of that these last couple of days. I had to remind myself of that yesterday when I was trying to get this video done and it wasn't happening. I had to remind myself of that earlier today when I was trying to get emails out and I wanted the tone to be just so. I wanted the content to be perfect, really. I wanted it to land on the person I was sending it to in just the right way so that they truly felt my intent. And I realized that it wasn't necessarily going to be perfect. And I had to remind myself that it's not about perfection, that I'm going to make mistakes, and that that's okay. Because we really live by trial and error. Years ago, when I was trying to keep all the balls in the air perfectly, of course, and I was not doing a great job of it, a mentor said to me, trial and error is just fine. And it was very difficult for me to embrace those words. I was feeling the weight of expectations. I was feeling pressured. And when I did make a mistake, I was full of self-doubt and self-criticism and a lot of anxiety. Living by trial and error and accepting my errors and not judging myself because of them was just beyond my reach at that time. It took me years to be able to live into those words, and it took me even longer to be able to really embrace them. And I still have to remind myself that it's okay to make mistakes. Do you ever feel that way? We have a tendency to focus on what's going wrong, to focus on all the mistakes that we're making, the times that we're not getting it right. But there's so many times that we are. And that trial part of trial and error is the courageous part. What I've realized in my life is that in order to be curious, in order to take risks, in order to take initiative that I wouldn't necessarily take, I have to be willing to accept and embrace and even expect the mistakes, and to not judge myself or value myself because of them, but instead to learn from them. And when I live by trial and error and I truly accept and embrace the error part of it, it's a reminder to me that on the other side of my fears that I've sometimes run from, on the other side of all of our fears is freedom. So the next time that you make a mistake, you don't get it right, you just mess up, remind yourself that you can silence that inner critic, silence that self-doubt by saying to yourself, it's okay. I'm living by trial and error, and trial and error is just fine. I'm Janet Thompson Jackson. Be well.